Do you know what's in your dog's food? This simple question can completely change how you view your best friend's nutrition. While most pet owners simply pour those brown pellets into the bowl every day, a silent revolution is happening in the pet world. More and more people are discovering that there's an alternative that can transform not just the health, but the entire quality of life of your four-legged companion. Today, we're going to explore the natural diet for dogs, a trend that has been winning over pet owners around the world and promises surprising results. I'm going to tell you exactly what this feeding approach is, why it's trending, and most importantly, what you need to know before making this change. Let's discover together 5 reasons why the natural diet might be the best choice for your pet. Tell me later if you already knew about reason 4. Before we begin, please leave in the comments your name and the city where you're watching our content. The natural diet is basically the opposite of what we know as commercial kibble. We're talking about fresh, unprocessed foods, prepared specifically for your dog's needs. It's as if you were your pet's personal chef, offering meats, vegetables, fruits, and grains in their purest possible form. The proposal is simple but revolutionary: more health through fewer chemicals and more naturalness. Let's go. Reason 1. Fewer artificial ingredients, more real health. The first reason why the natural diet is winning over so many pet owners is the almost complete elimination of artificial ingredients from dogs' nutrition. When you stop to read the label of commercial kibble, you'll find an impressive list of substances with unpronounceable names. These are preservatives like BHA and BHT, artificial colors to make the kibble more attractive to human eyes, chemical flavor enhancers, and an infinity of additives that promise to improve palatability or extend the product's shelf life. These artificial ingredients may seem harmless, but recent studies show they may be related to a series of health problems in dogs. Chemical preservatives, for example, have been associated with the development of food allergies and chronic digestive problems. Artificial colors, which aren't even necessary for dogs who see the world differently than we do, can cause hyperactivity and even allergic reactions in sensitive animals. The natural diet completely eliminates these elements from the equation. When you prepare your dog's food with fresh ingredients, you're offering pure nutrition without unnecessary additives. Fresh meats, organic vegetables, seasonal fruits, and whole grains provide all necessary nutrients without any questionable substances. The results of this change are usually visible quickly. Many pet owners report a significant reduction in their pets' food allergies after transitioning to the natural diet. Problems like constant itching, skin redness, recurring ear infections, and digestive disorders frequently improve or disappear completely. This happens because the animal's immune system no longer has to deal with foreign and potentially irritating substances, being able to focus on its normal functions of protection and health maintenance. Reason 2. Personalized nutrition for your dog. The second reason that makes the natural diet so special is the possibility of completely personalizing your dog's nutrition. Unlike commercial kibble, which follows a single formula for millions of different animals, the natural diet allows adapting each meal to your pet's specific needs. This is especially important when we consider that each dog is unique, with nutritional needs that vary according to age, size, physical activity level, and particular health conditions. A growing puppy needs more protein and calories than a sedentary elderly dog. An animal with kidney problems benefits from a diet with lower phosphorus content and high-quality protein. Diabetic dogs need complex carbohydrates and specific fibers to maintain stable blood glucose. With commercial kibble, these individual needs are rarely adequately met. Natural feeding allows adjusting not only the quantity, but also the type and proportion of each nutrient. An overweight dog can receive more low-calorie vegetables and lean protein, while a very active animal can have its diet enriched with complex carbohydrates and healthy fats to sustain its energy expenditure. Dogs with specific food sensitivities also benefit enormously from this personalization. If your pet is allergic to chicken, for example, you can easily substitute with other protein sources like fish, lamb, or turkey. If they don't tolerate grains, you can opt for a diet based on vegetables like sweet potato and pumpkin as carbohydrate sources. This flexibility also allows following changes in the animal's needs throughout life. A dog may need dietary adjustments as they age, develop new health conditions, or change their activity level. With natural feeding, these adaptations are simple and immediate. Reason 3. Greater palatability and acceptance. The third reason that explains the success of the natural diet is something any pet owner can observe immediately: The dog's own reaction to the food. It's impressive how many pets that were reluctant to eat kibble transform into enthusiastic eaters when they receive natural foods. This behavioral change isn't coincidence. It has solid scientific explanations. Fresh foods preserve their natural aromas and flavors much more intensely than processed ones. When meat is cooked fresh, it releases aromatic compounds that are irresistible to canine smell, which is much more developed than ours. Kibble, on the other hand, goes through high-temperature processes that destroy many of these natural compounds, being later enhanced with artificial flavorings that never compare to the original product. Additionally, the texture of natural foods offers a much richer and more stimulating eating experience. Pieces of meat, vegetables with different consistencies, and the variety of textures make the meal more interesting and satisfying. Many dogs show greater interest in food, chew more slowly, and seem genuinely satisfied after meals. This improvement in food acceptance has direct effects on the animal's general behavior. Well-fed dogs who are satisfied with their meals tend to be less anxious, show more stable behaviors, and demonstrate greater vitality. Some pet owners report that their pets became more playful and interactive after switching to the natural diet. Mealtime transforms from an obligation into a moment of genuine pleasure. This is especially important for dogs that have a history of eating problems or have always been difficult eaters. Reason 4. Less odorous and smaller volume stools. This is a reason most pet owners didn't expect, but ends up being one of the most noticeable changes. When a natural diet is adopted, a radical transformation occurs in the animal's stools. It may seem like a minor detail, but this change reveals something fundamental about how the dog's organism processes different types of feeding. When you migrate to the natural diet, one of the first things you'll notice is that your pet's stools become smaller, firmer, and with significantly reduced odor. This happens because natural foods have much higher bioavailability than industrialized ones. In simple terms, this means that the dog's body can utilize a much higher percentage of consumed nutrients. When digestion is more efficient, less unused material remains to be eliminated. Commercial kibbles, especially lower quality ones, contain many byproducts, flours of dubious origin, and fillers that the organism cannot process adequately. The difference in odor is even more impressive. Very strong-smelling stools usually indicate inadequate fermentation in the intestine, presence of chemical additives, or poor protein digestion. With natural feeding, these problems practically disappear. The digestive system functions more harmoniously. Beneficial intestinal bacteria multiply, and the result is much cleaner and more efficient digestion. Many pet owners are surprised to realize they need to pick up less frequently during walks and that stool odor no longer permeates the environment. This makes coexistence much more pleasant, especially in apartments or smaller houses. Additionally, smaller and firmer stools are indicative of good intestinal health, which reflects positively throughout the animal's entire organism. Reason 5. More control and awareness of what they consume. The fifth and final reason is perhaps the most powerful of all: total control over your companion's nutrition. When you prepare your dog's food, you know exactly each ingredient that's going into that dish. There are no surprises, no hidden ingredients, no doubts about the quality or origin of the foods. This transparency is impossible with commercial kibble. Even reading all the labels, you'll never really know where that meat meal comes from, how it was processed, what additives were used during manufacturing, or how long those ingredients have been stored. The pet food industry, like any food industry, has its trade secrets and processes that stay far from the final consumer's eyes. With the natural diet, you personally choose each piece of meat, each vegetable, each ingredient. You can opt for organic products, meats from free-range animals, and seasonal vegetables. You have control over the preparation method, cooking temperature, hygiene throughout the entire process. It's like having a quality laboratory in your own kitchen. This control brings enormous peace of mind, especially when we consider how many kibble recalls happen annually worldwide. When you're responsible for your pet's entire food chain, you don't have to worry about contaminations in distant factories or quality problems that are only discovered after thousands of animals have already consumed the product. Additionally, you can adjust ingredient quality according to your budget and preferences, always maintaining adequate nutritional standards. Now, let's talk about the cons of the natural diet, because not everything is perfect in this process. The first major challenge is the risk of nutritional imbalance. Unlike humans who can compensate for nutritional deficiencies over several meals, dogs need a very specific balance of nutrients in each meal. A poorly formulated diet can lead to serious deficiencies of vitamins, minerals, or essential amino acids. The need for supplementation is another crucial point. Some nutrients are very difficult to obtain just through natural foods in adequate quantities for dogs. Calcium, for example, needs to be in exact proportion with phosphorus, and this rarely happens naturally without careful supplementation. The time and dedication required also cannot be ignored. Preparing natural food requires planning, frequent shopping for fresh ingredients, daily preparation time, and adequate storage. For many people with busy routines, this can become unfeasible. That's why it's fundamental to talk about the importance of a veterinary nutritionist in this process. The natural diet should never be done carelessly, based only on intuition or recipes found on the internet. Each animal needs a specific meal plan, developed by a professional who understands their individual needs. The veterinary nutritionist will consider the age, weight, activity level, health history, and any medical conditions of your pet to create a balanced and safe diet. Additionally, periodic examinations are essential to monitor how the animal is responding to the new feeding and make adjustments when necessary. The natural diet can be an excellent choice for your companion, offering real and tangible benefits. But like any important change in your pet's health, it needs to be done with knowledge, planning, and professional monitoring. If you've made it this far and are considering this change, the first step is to talk with a veterinarian specialized in animal nutrition. Leave a comment telling us if you've already thought about migrating to the natural diet and what your main doubts about the process are.